Hello. Today I'm going to talk about how I failed as an artist, or failed in my art career. I've been trying to make it work as a illustrator or concept artist for the past 3 years or so. I turned my hobby into a job. I turned my passion into a job, and somewhere down the line, my passion became work. I sort of fell into art. A long time ago, I was doing a biomedical science degree, which I weren't really interested in. I dropped out after about a year. I sort of had no job, I wasn't studying anything. I had a lot of free time on my hands, and I just started drawing. I started drawing every day. After a year or so, I managed to get on an art degree despite not having done art before, just through my portfolio. At that point, I was naive enough to think I was going to be like an illustrator or artist. It didn't work out. It hasn't worked out. I don't feel bitter about it though, because I gave it a good go. I really tried hard. It just didn't work out. It's really competitive to get work, and a lot of other illustrators. There's a race to the bottom for prices, with people willing to do work for peanuts, which a lot of people are willing to do work for like hourly rates less than minimum wage, like way less, like half minimum wage or less, and it's not feasible to kind of make a living like that. At the moment, I'm not really making enough money to survive from doing art. I'm pretty much looking to go back into regular work and cut my losses. My savings are running out, so it's really a decision to kind of quit and get a job has made itself, because I don't have any other choice. One of the main things that I've come to realise is I'm pretty much just not good enough to do it as a job. I tried hard to get better, but really it's like, how do you know you're good enough? It's like the survival of the fittest. If you're getting paid enough to live on, then you're good enough. If you're not getting paid enough to live on, then you're not good enough, and that's pretty much what's happening. I do get work, but just not enough. Sometimes I've like too much work and I'm working like 50, 60 hours a week, but sometimes I can go a month without getting any work, so there's no way to be able to live. There's also I sort of burnt out somewhere down the line. Late last year, I did 7 book covers in a couple of months, which were kind of a lot of work for me. And they were interesting to paint. They were science fiction book covers with like spaceships and stuff, and I find spaceships kind of boring to paint. This kind of burnt out. I've always like drawn a lot just for fun, but I started doing less and less. At the moment, I'm barely doing anything. Like it used to be that I'd do a couple of finished paintings a week at least. But I looked through what I'd done over the last couple of months, and it's like I've done about 2 or 3. And now it's like I'm going multiple days without even drawing anything. Years ago, like before I was actually making money from it, I enjoyed it much more. I get so excited about having a day off and just having blank pages to fill. But when you're kind of doing it for work, you have to kind of like look at yourself objectively. You compare yourself to others quite a lot, and there's some big hitters out there where you just feel like inadequate compared to a lot of artists. I never really became as good as I wanted to be, and the pressure I put on myself to get better meant it became less fun, because I just felt disappointed with everything I did. Like when I first started, I'd look at the pictures I did and like be amazed that I did that. But now I just see all the mistakes and sort of really dislike everything I do. I don't know if maybe I just need to take a break from it, and like maybe that's what I'll do. If I can get a job fairly soon, I might take a break and then just start drawing again when it feels fun. Sort of embarrassing how much time I've put into this to try to do it as a career, and after all this time I've put in, I'm still not really that good. It leaves me in a bad position because my degree's in illustration, which is just worthless for most jobs, and having spent 3 years kind of working for myself freelance, it doesn't look that good on a CV, because it kind of seems like I've just been laying about and I'm making something up to cover that time period, if you know what I mean. Also, if you're applying for a lot of like office jobs, it's like not relevant really to that job. I feel a bit sad about just like having wasted so much time on it and failing so spectacularly for so long. But I'm trying to look on the bright side now, that I can think of it as a fresh start. I can go in a different direction. I can find a new dream to do, really. If I have a regular job and regular money coming in, I'll have more money and I can afford a better life, really. Working freelance with dwindling savings, it's like I'm scared to spend anything because I'm going to need that money in the future. So it's not like, it's hard to live not knowing how much money's coming in next month. It feels a bit like I've been in a coma for the past few years, because I've just been doing working on my portfolio, and not being able to go out as much because I'm worried about money. It's left me a bit isolated, where I've like not been able to go out as much and live as much as I wanted. It's taken getting to like a certain point where my savings are running out, where I've had to reevaluate everything, look at everything objectively, and just be able to say it's not working, this, and I've got to change and go back to the drawing board with what my life is going to be. I feel a bit guilty and disappointed at sort of abandoning my dream, but there's also the thing of not having the pressure on myself to kind of do something I'm not really capable of being. I'm not sure I've got enough talent to make it, no matter how much time I put into it. I need to find something new. Right now, I'm back in position I was when I dropped out of that science degree, where I've absolutely no idea what I'm going to do. I suppose that could work as a topic for another video, and it's something I'm going to have to think about. Yeah. Alright, well, thanks. I think that'll do it today. I'll see you later.